It's that time again! Thanks for tuning in! I'm your host, the Joker. Harley! Harley! You see? Let's get to know our legendary contestants.
I am Lex Luthor. No one gave me my powers. I came up from nothing to challenge even the most powerful interlopers on this planet. Superman? He's not even human. An alien. Call him our planet's champion? Ha! It wasn't Superman who brought the exobites back through time and created a new army. It was me. Let Superman pretend he knows what's best for humanity. I will prove, now and forever, he's not our planet's savior. I am. The future belongs to Lex Luthor.
Welcome to DCUO Legends Spotlight. My name is Jemmy, and today's Spotlight will highlight Lex Luthor, one of the most renowned supervillains of the comic world. Not to mention that he makes bald look dashing. Despite not having any magical or supernatural powers, Lex's intellect, wealth, charisma, and business prowess make him a devious and dangerous foe. Underlying his outward evil persona, Lex is filled with jealousy and slight fear towards the Man of Steel, his arch nemesis, possibly because he could never possess such power, or because Superman stole what he thought was to be his role in the world, donning such titles as Savior or Earth's Champion. But we will never know what really goes on in the complex mind of a sociopath, because it has more twists and turns than a roller coaster. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get on to the good stuff. Lex uses the movement type Flight, where he can zip through the air despite his huge armor thing that looks like it weighs a ton. His weapons are modified hand blasters, which I personally really like the colors and animations for them. You can find the full combo listings in your action menu in the game. First off is Quantum Barrier, where Lex shoots a orb of light that does multiple damage to your targets. Now these damage procs are really quick, so you have to keep an eye out to actually see those numbers. With Quantum Barrier, the further you are able to see the actual orbs dispersing as they come from Lex. So you see a couple here, and you'll see a couple more in this clip right here. Now, whichever ads are nearby, if they hit these orbs, then they'll take damage. It is safe to use against blocking targets, so you don't have to worry about that. So for the AoE aspect of Quantum Barrier, the closer you are, it's going to act much like a ray. But if you're further away and you actually give it time for the orbs to develop, it kind of then more so becomes a conus kind of AoE. Next up is Energy Matrix, where Lex shoots kind of like this energy cloud towards your target, which leaves them stunned until they break out or until the effects wear off. It is safe to use against blocking targets and is also a conus AoE. There is something unusual about Energy Matrix in that if in a group it only affects 2 targets. So we see 4 targets there and it only affects the first 2. I'm not sure if it was intended that way, but that's how it's coming off now. Honestly, the name of the skill is exactly what the skill can do. Laser Beam shoots a laser onto your target. It also places a burning dot on them that gives generous burning ticks, so it's really not bad, and it lasts for quite some time. It is safe to use against blocking targets, but of course the burning effect will continue on. Where there are multiple targets, Laser Beam acts as a ray, hitting the first target in the line of sight and burns them. Now, if the enemies move out of the way or there are other targets that cross the laser's path, they will also be affected by this burn. Next up is EMP, which is an AoE knockback skill that knocks back any nearby targets, damaging them in the process. It is safe to use against blocking targets, but the knockback effect will not apply. So the AoE effect is around Lex, making it very close range, so all nearby enemies around Lex will be affected by this EMP. They'll be knocked back and the distance is quite generous. Also keep in mind that it affects targets behind you as well. So you see Two-Face behind me and now he is not. He is quite some distance away now. Tactical Blast is very much like Backflip with a different animation. It forces Lex back, creating some distance between you and your target while knocking them down. It is safe to use against blocking targets, but the knockback effect will not apply. In group situations, Tactical Blast is a conus AoE, but the distance has to be very close. So we just use Tactical Blast now, but we're too far away to do any kind of damage. And if we see here, Two-Face was pretty much close, but the other ads were not in position. So finally, everyone was in position and we used the skill and all of them got affected and got affected by the knockback effect as well. So it's very much utility rather than doing so much damage. The damage seems to be more of a plus. This gives you an advantage to get your next attack ready or maybe run away to get a barrel. Last but not least is the skill LexCorp Surface Strike, where Lex summons his corporate power and does a airstrike on you that knocks you down, stuns you, roots you, and also places a burning effect. Surface Strike is safe to use against blocking targets, and the crowd control effects will not apply as long as your target stays blocked through the entire Surface Strike animation. And you could have probably guessed by the animation, but Surface Strike is also an AoE, affecting all targets within the LL kind of logo range. It does the knockdown effect, stuns, roots, and burns all targets within that area. So that about wraps it up for Lex Luthor. If you are interested, you are able to purchase him off the marketplace in-game, or I believe off the website as well. I hope you guys enjoyed another DCUO Legends Spotlight, and in case you missed the last one, I'll go ahead and leave the easy link in the center right here. If you would like to stay updated with all the latest videos, or as soon as I post them, please subscribe with a link on top. You can find me on other forms of social media such as Twitter, Facebook, and more, with all the convenient links listed in the description box below. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!